Zell Boy Army, what is going on? Thank you so much for the support on the videos lately. It's great to see the channel going. The likes, the comments, really appreciate it. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, which really means a lot. I'm trying my best to put out great content for you guys, and I really honestly appreciate the support so much. Like I keep saying, if you're watching the videos, please try and watch them the whole way through. Helps the videos grow a lot, helps YouTube think the channel's doing well, so I appreciate the support. Today's video is going to be one looking at how to get more wins in Weekend League, 5 top tips for it. I'll go into a bit more depth about some of the tips and maybe some of the traps as well that people fall into that causes them to lose games in Weekend League that they shouldn't. So this is a great video I think to watch at the start of Weekend League to help you improve and avoid some of the silly defeats that you might get. Me, Jambu, and the FIFA analyst run a Patreon that is dedicated to gameplay, helping you guys improve. We're adding a trader in the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be a complete package I think for a Patreon. But in terms of helping you improve and get better at the game, this Patreon will be great for helping you get more wins in Weekend League, and you get more access to me and 2 other FIFA pros. I really appreciate the support that you guys show me. You can check the link in the description below. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, first tip, boys, don't rush your games. So many people that I talk to in my streams, Patreon that are on people I've done coaching lessons with, so many of them I see, they say, oh, I was 8-1, 10-0, and then I lost the game, and then I'm now like, I saw someone the other day, he said they was 9-1, they might have even been 9-0, they lost the game, and they went from 9-1 to like 10-7, because their head just completely went. When you start rushing games, if you're playing well and you're winning every game, I don't think it's the end of the world to keep playing. You might want to take a break and make sure you're still at full focus, but if you lose a game, don't just rush your way straight into a new one. I get if people have busy lives and they've got set times that they can play. Of course, I get that not everyone does this for a job like me. You can have more time to play. But if you've got time, like, let's be honest, even if it's a minute break, that is enough to just reset your mind a bit. Don't just rush into a game and lose to games that you normally wouldn't lose. Weekend League is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But I can't believe it used to be 40 games, but even at 30 games, that is a lot of FIFA to play. If you're going into games with a bad mindset, losing your head, rushing the games, you're just going to give yourself defeats that you normally wouldn't. So I would say, balance your games out. I try, even with my schedule, to play maybe 7 or 8 on a Friday, 7 or 8, so I get to about 15 by Saturday. Then I play the rest Sunday, because on Sunday the games seem to go a little bit quicker as people quit, so it doesn't feel quite as long. But as the other thing as well, like some people play 30 games on a Friday. When you play lots of games early, the matchmaking tends to be quite a bit harder, so I generally recommend trying to avoid that. Rushing the games though is one of the worst things you can do, but it's a trap that so many people fall into. 2, building a meta team. I'm not saying you need to have a team like mine that's worth, how much is my team worth? 1 million, 1.1, 6, 8, 2.8, 8.8. My team's worth around 12 mil. That's not even that crazy compared to some teams I've seen. I've seen teams that have player worth more than 12 mil in Moments R9, for example. But I've shown you videos where I talk about how to build your team, how you can get the perfect team. Obviously there isn't a perfect team on FIFA, but even if you have a million coins, you can build a very good team for that price. Some of the things you want to look for: pace, strength, in attack, weak foot's vital, people with high finishing, using the right chem styles. If you're using someone who's got 2-star weak foot up front, he's going to be quite a liability in a lot of ways. Some very good cards that get let down by the weak foot. Making sure you have a team that's ready to fight in the Weekend League is really important. If you've got loans, one thing I say is you can use loans in the Weekend League when you get desperate. I would advise, due to the new thing where in friendlies loans don't count, so what I would say is if you've got, say, like a load icon or something, don't use his last game in weekend league, because it's nice to be able to use them in friendlies for the rest of the year. I like being able to do that. I've got a load on Henri here. How many games does he left? He's got 2, so he might play 1 game in weekend league if I desperately need him late on. But I think it's nice to be able to use these guys in friendlies the rest of the year. Having a meta team is just so important. If obviously we're playing for fun, and if you don't have the full budget, you might have to go for some crazy players. But just try and look for players with certain types of attributes. I've put plenty of videos out looking at the type of attributes you need in depth, so check that out. Number 3, learn how to finish. Again, got a video tutorial on finishing that I'll link you here. Finishing on this game separates a lot of different ranks. So many people know how to get into the positions, but they just don't take the chances. I've lost so many games before where I've just not been clinical, or I've played people who are really good but they just don't take the chances. Near post power shots, 2 bars of power in the box, and far post finesse, 2 bars of power, are the general types of shots that people go for on this game that seem to work the most. Long shots are not very consistent. I'm hoping this Moment's Petite with 98-99 might be able to hit him. Gonna have to see. What I would say is though, don't just keep missing chances and just keep blaming the game. Sometimes you will do the right thing and miss. If you don't, like when I've got R9, it makes it a lot easier when you've got someone with 96 finishing. But there's definite ways you can improve at your finishing. If you're missing a lot of chances, watch any highlights back, see what you're doing wrong, watch highlights of the goals that go in, and over time you'll start to learn the angles, the amount of power you need, the type of players who can hit certain shots. That'll improve your game drastically. The best players on FIFA are clinical. I play Jambu a lot, and a lot of the time our defending is very similar, keeping the ball's pretty similar. He's quite a bit more creative than me, he's very good on this game. But the main difference between us is when he gets a chance, he takes it. And at the highest level, if you don't take your chances, you're going to lose a lot of games. So, being clinical, taking your chances is important. It's something that you need to work on. Have different tactics to go to. Again, I've put plenty of tactics, tutorials, different formations out for you guys to use. Don't start the game with 4-4-2 team press. Don't do anything stupid like that. Making sure that you have different plans for different parts of the game is important. So I'd say probably the 2 best formations to start the game with would be a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. Those are very balanced formations that you can defend and attack in very well. They've not really got too many weaknesses, so they're very good to start the game with. But if you're 3-0 down, you can't play 4-2-3-1. You're just not going to come back very likely in that formation. So you even need to go to maybe a 4-4-2 team press version, or even a 3-back. If you're winning by 3, you might not want to play the 4-4-2 because it's a little bit more open than maybe the 4-2-3-1. Or you might want to switch to the 4-4-2 second variation, or the 4-2-3-1 second variation, which is brilliant for keeping the ball. You might even want to go 5-back. But it's important to ask yourself these questions before you start your weekend league, so you can go to your tactics, you can have it set up. So you can see here, I've got 2 variations of the 4-2-3-1. I've got a 3-5-2 and I've got a 4-4-2. I've got lots of different tactics set up, ready, so that if I encounter certain situations in the weekend league, I'm going to be able to deal with it. So it's important to be prepared. They say, what's the term? Prepare to fail. They say fail to prepare and you prepare to fail. I think that's the right way of saying it, but you get the point. If you're not prepared, you're going to lose so many games that would have been avoidable. Make sure you have your game plan tactics in place before the weekend league. Okay, 5. This one's kind of a joint one. Don't lose your head and have fun. I say this as someone who gets angry at the game and does lose my head sometimes, but what I'm generally, for the most part, I've got a lot better over the years at, is even when I get angry, I still play quite well and I'm not playing worse. Whereas a lot of people, when they lose the head, they just, everything goes out the window. I played my little brother the other day. I was 1-0 up again. I was 1-0 down against him actually. He scored a kick-off against me, and then it was 1-1 at 20 minutes, and then I scored 2 goals in quick succession. I ended up beating him 11-1. He's only 11, to be fair to him. He's pretty good for his age compared to what I'd expect most kids at that age. But he lost his head because I started scoring quite a few goals against him. And when that happened, it just made it a lot easier to break him down. When people lose their head, they start doing silly mistakes, stupid offside traps, leaving gaps they shouldn't, missing chances they shouldn't. It becomes so much easier to beat them. And when you lose your head, a lot of people break the first rule we had of going into games and rushing your head, rushing your games, which is important not to do. And at the end of the day, if 99.9% of people who play this game, it's for fun. You're not playing this game to make money or to make a living. You ultimately want to have fun for this game. Weekend League is a grind, and I 100% can see how it's not always fun, but it's important that you try have as much fun with it as you can, because when people start to get pissed off, lose their head at the game, you're just going to start to get worse results. It's going to burn you out. I've seen so many people get fed up of Weekend League because they're just playing so much FIFA and they're not enjoying it. So try your best to make sure you're enjoying it. Don't burn yourself out. Follow these tips, lots of the different videos that I've recommended. You'll definitely improve your Weekend League results. If you've got any comments or any tips you'd give, anything you'd say, feedback on these videos, any content you'd like to see, please let me know. Appreciate your support. Have a good evening and good luck this Weekend League.